restrictions were announced, they are more likely to slow down rather than completely stop the spread of Omicron. Dutch health officials fear that dozens of COVID-infected passengers who arrived in Amsterdam on Friday might also be infected with the new variant. Hong Kong, Israel, and Belgium have already confirmed cases. The world has made progress in the fight against the coronavirus, but the new variant shows that the battle is far from won. The message for now from many officials: get the vaccine, get the booster, and follow public health regulations.
Health analyst John Campbell, Dr. John Campbell, joins me from Carlisle in Northern England. Dr. Campbell, thanks for your time. In a nutshell, what's the biggest difference between Omicron and the variants that we already know about, such as Delta?
The main difference is the large amount of mutations. Now, on the spike protein, there seems to be 32 different mutations on this Omicron variant. And it looks like 10 of those are on what's called the receptor binding domain, the bit that actually fits into the human cells. Now, the particular location where these mutations are have been seen before in the alpha, the beta, and the delta variant. It's just that this particular variant seems to have put them all together into one viral strain.
Like a super variant, if you will. There is signs that it's showing resistance, potentially. I know that the numbers aren't in yet, but to the current vaccines that we have. How difficult would it be to adapt the vaccines to the Omicron variant?
Yeah, you're right. There could well be difficulties. We know there's been breakthrough cases in South Africa to the 3 vaccines being used in South Africa, which are the Pfizer, the Johnson & Johnson and the Oxford vaccine, the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. Now, the manufacturers of the vaccines, we know they're working on this now. We know they've been working on this for some time, and they've got fairly well-oiled mechanisms now for doing this. Now, there had been a lot of thought about producing a specific vaccine to the Delta variant. That has not happened. But they do assure us that with the genetic ways of manipulating the vaccines now, they can do this fairly quickly, and they could probably bring a specific vaccine for the Omicron variant out perhaps within a couple of months.
That's promising. South Africa obviously sounded the alarm about this variant, but is it likely that Omicron's roots are in fact in South Africa, or is it more likely that South Africans are just testing more and therefore have discovered now for a second time a new variant?
This is an incredibly good question. So they are testing a lot in South Africa. So if there was a variant from that part of the world that was likely to crop up, you would expect it to be detected in South Africa first. We're also testing quite a lot in Europe. In the United Kingdom and Denmark, for example, we're testing a lot, and we haven't found this new variant yet. Now, the first specimen for this new variant was taken in Botswana, just north of South Africa, of course, on the 9th of November, and it was confirmed on the 11th of November. So we can say for some certainty it was around in Botswana on the 9th of November. But interestingly, there was a flight. There was a young woman took a flight from Belgium to Belgium from Egypt via Turkey. Now, we don't know whether she stopped off in Turkey or not, or whether she just bounced off at the airport, but she was going from Belgium to Egypt via Turkey. She arrived in Belgium on the 11th, but didn't get symptoms till the 22nd of November. Now, 11 days is a long time. It's possible that you could have an 11-day incubation period, but it would be very uncommon to have that. So the question is, if she developed symptoms on the 22nd and she arrived back on the 11th, did she pick it up in Belgium? So that's basically what we know. Anything else really is speculation at the moment. But it is interesting to know that we haven't picked it up so far in the UK or in Denmark or in Europe, indicating that it may have started, and we have to say may have started in Africa, but we await further information on that. And whether it's already spreading in Belgium or not looks like it's a possibility now, because it's either spreading in Belgium now, or there was an 11-day incubation period, which is possible but uncommon. And we believe that this young woman, according to a Reuters report just a few minutes ago from the Belgium health minister, does say that this young woman was unvaccinated, but it also says that she's not particularly ill, and other members of her household are being tested but have so far not become symptomatic.
All right, Dr. John Campbell, thanks very much for that analysis.
Thank you.
Here are some other developments.